Good Erev Shabbos, Bait family. A pre-Shabbat thought, as this Shabbat Parashat Re'eh reprises towards the end the series of the Chagim, in particular the Shalosh Regalim, the three pilgrimage festivals. We meet them many times in the Torah, but in particular in Parashat Emor, earlier on, describing their rituals and their meaning. And Rabbi Shai Held, whose book, The Heart of Torah, we had the privilege to study from in our weekly Parsha class through the book of Vayikra, comments noticing the way the holidays are described, both in Parashat Emor and now here in our Parashat Re'eh. In terms of Simcha, joy. Joy is never mentioned regarding Pesach, Passover. It's in our Parasha mentioned once regarding Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks, and mentioned twice regarding Sukkot, the festival of the harvest, the festival of our special huts and booths out in nature. Why no joy? Commemorating the Exodus from Egypt, the beginning of the harvest season, a little bit more as we receive the Torah, and the most in the fall. One answer is agricultural. When we're just beginning the springtime, we can't yet celebrate. We don't know what bounty the season will bring. Even 7 weeks later, we're just at the beginning. It's only at Sukkot, when we hopefully gather in bounty of God's produce, in particular in God's land, in Eretz Canaan, that we can truly rejoice with all that we've reaped through God's grace. But Rabbi Shai Held points out the second track of the holidays, their historical commemorations. Why would there be little joy in the Exodus from Egypt, a little bit more at the Torah, the commemoration of giving the Torah on Shavuot, and then the most on Sukkot? What does Sukkot even commemorate, he asks. God placing us in booths, what does it mean? And he develops a beautiful idea, that Sukkot is the celebration of God being with us in the everyday. It's the joy of everyday living, the quotidian, to quote Rav Shai. It's the joy of waking up in the morning, saying Moda'ani, and knowing that with all the challenges the day may bring, it brings blessings too. It's the joy of singing our way through the day, picking up a piece of Torah, connecting with loved ones and community. Of course, there's peak joy and incredible ecstasy at liberation, at revelation, but the durable, meaningful, sustainable, winnable joy is the joy of finding simcha in our everyday lives. Sometimes it's harder, sometimes it's easier. It's something we always strive for. We're just on the heels of the funeral of our precious Chaya Marks, a pillar of our Bait. She modeled the joy of the everyday. She sang her way through the day. She loved being with people, hosting people. She found joy as a teacher in noticing a detail in a student's needs and catering to it and helping them grow, and cooking a special dish to share around her Shabbat table or when joining another person's Shabbat table, in the songs of Israel, and even when she was far geographically from it, in the existence of the state of Israel. In her memory, and as we read Parashat Re'eh on the cycle of joy, may we seek to find joy in the everyday. Shabbat Shalom.